No, he's not a killer. Who got that guy now? If I see all you go for you, don't support with everybody to work. But then deny. The head of service was at the panel. He said nothing happened like that. The government did not see any judge. The head of service was panel. He came to represent the governor. What we have achieved today is not about compensation now. What we have achieved today is not the beginning of our fight about compensation. We cannot win a day. What we have achieved today is that the panel has given their report. That doesn't mean that we are fully no response. We are fully accepted the report. He's just making a report for us, no problem. So today, the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry delivered his report to the governor of Lagos State, and from the reports one of the judicial panelists gave to us, which is the representative of the government, and they were able to tell us that they were able to deliver the required compensation of the sum of 236 million. But of course, this is just the beginning of the whole thing. Because for us, there are so many other questions that are yet to be answered. We are also aware that the report will be made a white paper, you understand, in the next 2 weeks. We want to know the content of the report, and we believe in due course. The content of the report is given to us. But as it may, whatever be the white paper, any white paper that does not follow the indictment of the Nigerian Army, that does not follow the indictment of the Lagos State government, that does not follow the indictment of the Nigerian police force, that does not state clearly the fact that Lagos State government is culpable, that white paper will be rejected. That is the stand. What evidence do you have to say that? You have to state your video, because our meeting for the first time. If you follow the proceedings, if you are really a journalist, and you follow the proceedings of what happened at the panel, the head of service was there, and it gave a very self-evident report that they had a security meeting on the 19th of October. So even the verbatim record of the panel itself has contained all those things. So our stand at this point is that the issue of justice goes beyond monetary compensation. There are so many other questions. We are going to continue this engagement. The report of the panel is out. We will engage that report up to the level of the white paper. The white paper is another thing, as I've explained to you, and then we continue that conversation from there. But this is not ending here today. We are going to deepen this engagement and take this engagement beyond this level. So I'm open to questions.
Okay, sir. Earlier before we started talking to you, we saw some group of people here protesting and chanting. What exactly are they doing here? Why are they protesting?
They are endsars protesters and who are petitioners before the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry into associated abuses and other matters. Particularly, they were the victims of the massacre. We don't call it shooting, we call it a massacre. The massacre that happened at the Lekki toll gate, and they were hostile because, of course, the presentation of the panel proceedings took place inside, but we cannot be part of that charade of taking pictures with the government. We decided to be here, and I'm one of the counsel for the endsars protesters too. Now that's the grievance. They are saying that the report must contain the indictments of the Lagos State Nigerian Army and then ensure justice for all. That is why we are protesting.
All right, thank you.
Police brutality has not really ended.
Please.
Calm down now.
So, good afternoon. We saw you outside not quite long, chanting and singing. Why exactly are you here?
I'm a survivor of
Okay.
Then they call them That's why they came to report the panel. And the closed door, but the panel was an open door. I came to submit my evidence in an open door section, but they are now submitting the report in the closed door section. And all I'm saying, they also have compensation. That just
Okay, sir. You said you are a victim. Were you compensated in any way? Did you go to the panel?
I said I submitted my evidence openly at the panel.
So what happened?
I came to now submit the report close. I cannot even be there when they are submitting that same report, and I sat down there and Lagos State lawyers were even insulting me as I was on seat. SEC lawyers were firing me. Police lawyers were there also, they were firing me. Now they're not going to submit the report. I cannot be there when they are submitting the report. And they say that just to compensate people and who died that day. Where are the dead bodies? Where are the shooting?
Okay, we are presently live at the House of Assembly in Ikeja here, and just about some hours ago we had the Lagos State panel regarding endsars submit their report to the Lagos State Governor, His Excellency Governor Sanwo-Olu. And while stepping out of the House of Assembly, we saw a group of people protesting, and they said they've not been allowed access into the submission of the results from the Lagos State panel. But here we are still live trying to talk to people, and now we'll try to talk to the representative of the youth at the panel. Seems like is
I'm not doing it.
so Mr. Tokpe, please can you introduce yourself properly? Okay, sir. So clearly you've been with the panel from the inception of the endsars panel. What can you say about that?
Yes, I have been on the panel from inception, and you know, from background experience, you learn that it's a long walk to freedom. It's not something that comes in a jiffy. So we have stood our ground, 1 year gone, and we are here today. We are very. One thing I would just say to my constituent, the youth in general, is that we have submitted our report today, and the presentation of the report was made public. It wasn't something hidden, and from connecting dots as to how the presentation went, we had awarded compensation to victims of Lekki shootings, and it automatically tells you what it will tell you that way. But I can confirm to you that the governor of Lagos State had promised us that in another 2 weeks, a white paper will be rolled out, which is within the ambit of the law. And as a person representing the youth, I would wait within the 2 weeks until I make another statement as to what's contained in the report. But I can assure you, what we've seen today is the willingness of the state to ensure that there is reconciliation and there is restitution. So moving from there, and also today, we had the privilege also to ask the governor of Lagos State for executive clemency for persons who are incarcerated for the past 1 year, and which he has asked us to submit the list, and immediately actions will be taken. So I think where we have arrived to today, it's something that we feel it's okay for now, and while we await actions. We don't just want the words, we really want actions, and we believe so that actions will come in no time.
All right, thank you. Let's get your name again, please.
My name is David Tokpe.
Yeah, man. You don't know my face again.
So we are still live right in front of the House of Assembly in Ikeja, and like I said earlier, the results from the endsars panel had just been submitted to the Lagos state government, and while we were in there, we heard the government, we saw the government receive the results from the panel and from the Chief Justice, most importantly. And he also noted that they were going to set a 4-man panel who are going to give us the result of what has been compiled in that list. And he stated that some of the people that will be part of the 4-man panel is this Attorney General of the State, Commissioner of Youth and Sport, and 2 others. So while we wait for that result in the next 2 weeks, we are just bringing you the update. And like I said earlier, immediately we left the meeting with the government, the handing over of their results, we saw a group of people outside the House of Assembly protesting, saying that it's not just about the compensation, they deserve justice, where are the bodies and all. So those were the people we just spoke to and just and showed you right now. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much. Make sure you turn on your post notification. This is Punch Newspaper. My name is Adebimpe Olajiga. Have a nice day.
Yes, I knew they would release it today, but most of this
Adam Punch. Okay, sorry.